Yo, what's up? I'm here starting drama.
And the community always knows best, right?
It does.
I guess.
Dota was made from the community.
It was.
This is
What
the
are your
game.
thoughts? Now, there's been some...
So this is a clip of grandgrant talking at Dream League Season 8 last night. I thought we could talk about it.
complaints that the custom games have been broken now. They broke it even though they started the contest.
Yeah, I mean, custom games are always getting broken. I mean, every patch comes in, but you know what you do? Do you A, complain about it, or B, fix your shit? What would you do?
I'd fix my stuff.
You'd fix it. And you'd say that. We go back to Warcraft 3. Back in the day, people were making custom games day after day for free. A guy named the Ziz made Uther Party, Footman, Frenzy, Jungle Rise, all of those for free. Nowadays, you make one custom game that's just complete garbage on Dota 2, and you're over there on Patreon asking for hundreds of dollars to fix this game that a friggin' salamander could have made. You know, I just feel these custom game makers should be a little bit, you know, just make the game. Be happy you're making a game. Stop begging for everything.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
In Dota, the original,
Yeah.
Warcraft, there weren't hardly any updates that broke custom games because updates were few and far between. We got like 2 updates
And that's
a
why
day
there's
on
so many
Dota.
more custom games, because they kept making them. Just because it didn't break, it doesn't mean they weren't working hard.
Don't you feel like the custom games were made because the game was boring and you had to play something better?
Name one good custom game that's come out of Dota 2.
Dota Run.
China.
Beershememov. Beershememov! You dare just say Beershememov is not a
It
good
was
custom
garbage.
game. Ah!
I literally, that game was terrible.
Okay.
And the
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Okay? So I want to go step by step. And I want to go ahead and start out by saying this. That grandgrant is retarded. He's a fucking retard. And you may say, Baumi, you're just attacking the guy and you're just being mean and you're just trying to, you know, like, be destructive and hurtful. And to you, I say yes. Yes. Because this is the thing. As somebody that has been working, on the Dota 2 custom games, and the Dota 2 custom games community, for the past however long, basically for as long as it has existed, I've been part of this shit, right? I feel personally attacked. And I'm not joking here. Like, you can say a lot of things and I will just not give a shit. But this right here, I feel attacked. I feel personally attacked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it right back. I'm going to bring it right back to you little shit. I'm going to dismantle everything you have to say. So let's talk about it.
community always knows best, right?
It does.
I guess.
Dota was made from the community.
It was.
So what are your thoughts?
So
now, there's
let me go ahead and establish this right here. He says Dota was made from the community, and he says it was. So he is aware of the fact that Dota is a game that was made as a custom game. Like, he knows this, right? Clearly, he just said it was, or either that, or he's just stupid and agrees without knowing what he's talking about, which could just as well be true. But anyway, right? So, cool.
some complaints that the custom games have been broken now. They broke it even though they started the contest.
Yeah, I mean, custom games are always getting broken. I mean, every
Okay.
patch comes in, but you know what you do? Do you A, complain about
pause.
it, or B, fix
There we go.
your shit?
So here's the thing, right? Custom games are always being broken, all right? This is kind of like the start of his argument. It's just like custom games are always being broken. Yes, this is not a good thing, right? As custom game creators, like, what we do all the time, every single day, is we fight against Valve trying to keep our games going. We create games for the arcade, and we try to just keep up with Valve and fix them. Let me go ahead and tell you a little bit of inside info right now. Now, I gotta go ahead and just throw this out there. This may change in the future, but a very popular, like a creator of a very, very popular custom game, just 2 days ago messaged me. And this was a kind of guy that was like always fighting to get his shit back on track, always fighting to make sure that, hey, we need to fight, we need to like get our game working again, right? I wasn't part of his game, but that guy messaged me 2 days ago and was just like, I'm fucking done. I'm just done. I just do not want to do this anymore. And that's how we all feel. That's how we all feel. We are constantly being beaten over the head with our games being broken over and over and over again. So that is kind of the situation we are in, right? You seem to be aware of this.
What would you do?
I'd fix my stuff.
You'd fix it. And you'd say that. We go back to Warcraft 3. Back in the day, people were making custom games day after day for free. A guy named the Ziz...
Okay, here. We go back to Warcraft 3. People are making custom games day after day for free. Yes! So are we! How does this matter? How is this relevant? But let's listen.
Made Uther Party, Footman, Frenzy, Jungle Race, all of those for free. Nowadays, you make one custom game that's just complete garbage on Dota 2, and you're over there on Patreon asking for hundreds of dollars.
There we go. Okay, so this is kind of the first piece of his argument, right? He talks about people are asking for money. Now, this tells me two things. First of all, he has no fucking idea what the drama is about. He has no idea, not even the slightest clue. He knows nothing. Secondly, despite knowing nothing, he has an opinion. As all uneducated, stupid people do. Right? Like, he just, like, despite knowing nothing, he has a strong opinion on this, and he needs to voice it. In front of 30,000 people, while other people here on the other side that are trying to fix their games and participate in the contest so people have games to play, which are not being paid, by the way, right? Which are not actually asking for hundreds of dollars on Patreon. Well, that's a different one. Let's get into that in a second, right? But that's still just like, you don't know what you're talking about, and despite that, you feel it's necessary to talk about it, and not just say, hey, sorry, I'm not informed on this, doing damage to it. You're being destructive, you're being ignorant, you're being arrogant, you're just being somebody that is the worst in all of us at this point in time. So, let's talk about your point though. Let's discuss it.
Patreon asking for hundreds of dollars. Make one custom game that's just complete garbage on Dota 2, and you're over there on Patreon asking for hundreds of dollars.
Okay, so this has never happened. Like, ever. This has literally never, ever happened. For many reasons. First of all, it just doesn't happen. People don't do that because people know there's not that much money in it. Secondly, that is not how fucking Patreon works. Like, that is just not how Patreon works. You can't go on Patreon and ask for hundreds of dollars. That's not it. Now, people are bringing up Imba in chat. What Imba did, and this is different. So let me go and put a hose on that, right? Or like put an end to that Imba thing right now. But the guy on Imba, and that's where that drama came from, is that the guy on Imba was the Imba guy was falsely advertising his game and trying to get people to support his Patreon. Right? That's the thing. He was falsely advertising his game, trying to get people to support him on Patreon. That is a different problem, and that is not the issue right now, right? Like, that is different drama, and that is also shitty. However, even that guy wasn't asking for hundreds of dollars on Patreon, because that is not how Patreon works. Like, that is just not how Patreon works. You can't do that. On Patreon, it's a voluntary donation. It is voluntary. You can't go on Patreon and say, hey, I want this money. Now, by the way, not to start any drama with the Imba guy. The guy that is currently developing Imba is not the person I was talking about, right? The guy that is the person I'm talking about has nothing to do with Dota 2 custom games anymore, right? Just doesn't work. You can set goals on Patreon, but that doesn't mean, hey, I will only do this and work for that much. That just doesn't exist. That is not Patreon, right? Not only is it not how Patreon works, but it's also something that just does not happen. Nobody does that. Literally nobody in the custom game community has ever done that. Right? Like, it's just not true. It is just not true. But again, you're being ignorant, arrogant, destructive. You are being the worst of all of us by spreading harmful lies, just straight up made up bullshit about a community that is trying their hardest to contribute to the game. That are trying to make sure that if when you open up Dota, you've got something to play. Because that's what we care about. The custom game creators, they don't care about money. Nobody that is in Dota 2 modding is in it for the money, because there is no money. There is no money. That is just not a thing. But people are in Dota 2 modding because they want to contribute to this. They want to make game. They want people to play their games. There's nothing bad about this. That is not a problem.
To fix this game that a freaking...
What about battle passes like Rush Pit Champions? That's not money. People make nothing off of that. Hardly anything. Right? Like battle passes were a good first start, but they just aren't worth anything. You can have a battle pass on your game, you don't make any money.
Salamander could have made.
Okay, so here is like the whole like salamander thing. Now let me go and talk about one thing, right? His entire point here is that people have been making games for free in Warcraft 3, right? They have been making games for free, and that's why people should be making games today, especially since their games are bad. Right? Okay, first of all, okay, great, every custom game ever made is bad, but we'll get to that in a different issue. Like, we'll get to that later on, right? Okay, great, every custom game ever made is bad. Thanks for that. That certainly helps us. Secondly, back then, nobody was earning money for commentating video games either. There was no Dream League Season 8 where you could sit on your comfortable chair in your wrapped carpet, talk shit about other people's hard work and get paid for it. How about if you want to have this ideology of like, no, custom games are supposed to be free work. You're not allowed to make any money off of this. Which I think you should be allowed to make any money off of that. Or money off of that. Just in the same way you should be allowed to make money off of basically anything. Right? But why don't you, to really drive that point home, next time somebody hires your sleazy dumbass, why don't you just refuse the money? Right? Go ahead. Show us that you believe in what you're saying, because back in Warcraft 3, nobody was getting paid for commentating Dota 2 or Dota. That wasn't a thing. Why don't you go ahead and just refuse the money? Donate it. Go ahead, show us that you're not a piece of shit. Donate that money. But no, you won't do that. You won't do that because you do not have an ideology. You are ignorant, arrogant, and destructive. That's what you are. Now, let me go and actually talk about a little bit just how terrible this guy is, because I really want to make sure that everybody knows just how much of a piece of shit grandgrant is. Grandgrant, may have to deal, or may have had to deal with a lawsuit that involves him harassing a female Dota 2 caster so much that she felt it was necessary to get a restraining order on him. He also has gotten banned from Twitch 4 times for getting drunk so much that he passed out or vomited on stream. But don't worry, because I'm sure people knowing these facts will not hinder them from hiring you for the next Dream League season. Right? Like, sure. Fantastic. People are saying drama. That's exactly what I'm doing here. This is the one time I'm getting in on this shit, because I will not stand for this. I will not. And when people saw this post on the subreddit, like people on Dota 2 Reddit, they saw that, somebody posted a clip to this. People were like, hey, all of that, right? Dota 2 Imba guy wrote about this. Carol wrote about this. And they all were just like, what a piece of fucking shit. What a piece of shit. Because you're being harmful. But anyway, right? But yeah, anyway, just like, I wish you good luck with that lawsuit, by the way. I hope you, well, actually, you know what? I actually do wish that the girl gets the restraining order, because, like, really. Also, may I just point out that I do have different, very reliable sources telling me that the following happened. I'm not going to drop any names on this, but the following happened. He constantly harassed another girl, like all the time, and then when that girl confronted him at the international, he was not man enough to actually look her in the eyes or talk to her or anything like that. She's just like, why do you do this? Can you stop? And all of that. And he was just looking on the floor and being like, yeah. Because you're a fucking bitch. That's what you are. But that's okay. Anyway. I just want to make sure, the sources for this are the most reliable sources you're ever going to fucking get.
I just feel these custom game makers should be a little bit, just make the game. Be happy you're making a game. Stop.
Okay. Just make the game. Be happy you're making a game. What? Be happy you're doing work? Like, how does that make sense? Like, yes, we are happy to make the game. Okay, let me go ahead and actually get into this. This is the general misunderstanding he seems to have. Again, he has no idea what the drama is actually about. This right here is what the drama is about. Let me tell you what the drama is about, right? Because that guy doesn't know. The drama is about the following. Valve announces a custom game contest, $30,000 on the line, which is terrible. It's far too low, but different topic, right? $30,000 on the line. You have 2.5 months to make a Frostivus custom game, and then the winner gets put as the Frostivus like event. So the thing is that 2.5 months is hardly any time for this, right? Like OpenAsia Arena took half a year, and that was fast. Like making a game takes a long ass time. It takes a long time. It's very difficult. It is much more difficult than really many other things because it's a combination of, like, you need to design the game, you need to code the game, you need to balance the game, you need to playtest the game, you need to add in custom skins and custom models, you need to add in music, you need to build the player for the music, you need to make sure none of it is buggy. All of that is so much fucking work. That is so much fucking work. 2.5 months is not enough time, but we are still trying our way. And many of the big groups of people that are like, actually in the running for winning this thing haven't even been able to finish their custom games to like publish them, even though we're only 2 weeks away from, actually less than 2 weeks, a week and a half away from the deadline. Now, this is the actual problem. A week and a half away from the deadline is where we are right now. 3 weeks before the deadline passes, Valve releases 7.07, which breaks everything. All of the existing arcade got broken. The current custom games all are broken. And the current Frostivus entries all are broken. And the Frostivus entries we are working on also all get broken. Not only that, but then they release 7.07b a week later, which yet again breaks everything. Like seriously, we have bugs now. For OpenAsia Arena, our custom game, right? Not a Frostivus entry, but anyway. We fixed the game up for 7.07. 7.07b gets released, and it breaks again. Within 1 week, breaks it twice. That is the problem. The problem isn't that we have too little time. The problem isn't that we don't make enough money. The problem isn't that Valve doesn't give a shit about us and constantly breaks all of our games. The problem is that they schedule a contest for 2.5 months to make a full-on game. And then the fucking thing, and then 3 weeks ahead of the deadline, they break it. And then a week after, they break it again. How are we supposed to do it? You essentially just cut out those last 3 weeks because we just need to fix our shit, right? And then we need to fix our existing custom games as well because, we care. We actually want to contribute to the community. We actually want to have these custom games going on. You just don't understand the problem. Like, at all. You didn't fucking get it.
Begging for everything.
Yes, begging. That's the thing. What are we begging for? Tell me. Can anybody explain to me what we are begging for? Because I don't know. I don't know. According to you, we are begging for things. But what are we begging for? We just want to participate in this contest with a far too short deadline, with far too little payout. Our team for the Dota 2 custom game contest has 12 members at this point because we need that many people to just try and rush it out, to just try and get it done within the deadline. I just added 2 more developers yesterday to just somehow try and get it done. What are we begging for? Dude, in our group, we're all gonna get like $2,200. Like if we split it evenly, which we do, we all get 2.2k. Is that what? If we win, we get 2.2k each? What are we begging for? We just want more time so we can actually finish our games. That is what the whole point was. That was why I posted on Reddit. That's why Dr. Jester posted on Reddit. That's why Dr. Imba posted on Reddit. Because we all just want one thing. We want a little bit more time to be able to fix the damage that 7.07 and 7.07b did and then be able to release our game and then be able to like playtest our games a little bit before the Frostivus contest. That's all.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
And this is where Slacks is the homie.
The original Warcraft, there weren't hardly any up.
Slacks is the homie. Slacks is the. I want to say that. Slacks is the homie. All right, everybody push one for Slacks being the homie.
Updates that broke custom games because updates were few and far between. We got like 2 updates.
And that's why there's so many
there.
more custom games, because they kept making them. Just because it didn't break, it doesn't mean they weren't working hard.
How do you not see what you're saying? How do you not understand what you are saying? Listen to yourself.
Games because updates were few and far between. We got like 2 updates.
And that's why there's so many more custom games, because they kept making them. Just because it didn't break, it doesn't mean they weren't working hard.
What is your point? Also, you got something stuck between your teeth. Oh, that bothers me now. You nasty. Anyway. What is your point here? Listen to this.
Break, it doesn't mean they weren't working hard. They kept making them. Just because it didn't break, it doesn't mean they weren't working hard.
They kept making them. We would like to make more custom games, but we can't move on from our existing ones if we care about them, because we constantly have to fix them. Because we constantly have to fix them over and over and over again, because they constantly are broken again. What Slacks just said is that Warcraft 3 didn't break all of the custom games, which, by the way, can I just say this? Warcraft 3, it's not that Warcraft 3 didn't patch. Warcraft 3 did a lot of patching, right? Slacks is actually wrong about this. But Warcraft 3 did their patching in such a way that didn't break the custom games. That's why Warcraft 3 had so many custom games you can play, because in Warcraft 3, you make a custom game and then it just exists. You don't need to go back and fix it all the time. Right? You don't have to go back and fix it over and over and over and over again. Do you think in Warcraft 3, if people made 10 custom games and every time Warcraft 3 released a patch, they had to fix all 10 of them to make them playable again, it would have had anywhere near as many different custom games as it does today? Like, how are you saying these things? How are you that... That is just something a stupid person says. Like, after listening to this, I am convinced that this asshole is he's just dumb. Like, he's not like, I don't mean to insult him. I just think he's literally stupid. Like, his intelligence isn't very high. Because how do you not see this contradiction?
Kept making them. Just because it didn't break, it doesn't mean they weren't working hard.
Nobody's talking about working hard. Who is talking about working hard? You didn't even bring this up to this point. We are all working hard. We are working so fucking hard to try and get this shit done. But we have jobs. Right? We need to make money somehow. We need to stay alive.
Don't you feel like the custom games were made because the game was boring and you had to play something better?
Name one good custom game that's come out of Dota 2.
Oh my god. Okay, let's start. Angel Arena Reborn, Epic Boss Fight, Dota Imba, Angel Arena Blackstar, Open Angel Arena, Pimp My Peon. Yes, I'm gonna include my two because I think they're good games, right? Crumbling Island Arena, Dota Run, Legends of Dota Redux, For the King Beacon Fire, Legion TD, Tower Fight. I can keep going for days, but my memory isn't very good right now. I didn't sleep that much. Overthrow, Dota 10 vs 10, Colosseum, right? Rush Pit Champions Survival, and like the 4 different huge ass maps. Gem TD, right? Shoeshine Mountain, Battleships. The Battleship clone that the Chinese studio did, Tree Tag, Element TD, Spin TD, all of the RPGs, Dota times 100, Dota times 20, Dota All Random Deathmatch, Dota All Random Deathmatch OMG mode times 20, times 10, times 100, Patch Wars, Omni Party, 0.33 RPG, well, maybe not that one, but Hardcore Ninja, Save the Keeper, do you want me to keep going? Dota 2 Butt, right? Even fucking, I'll give you guys Naruto Reborn. That's a well-made game. Invoker Wars. There are so many good Dota 2 custom games. But do you know why you don't know like 90% of the ones I just listed? Because they're broken. Because Valve doesn't give a shit, and every single time they patch the game, all of the old custom games break again. You can't play Pimp My Peon right now. You can't play Tree Tag. You can't play any of these older games because of the things that you just said aren't a problem, while then complaining simultaneously about us not working hard and saying we are asking for money, which nobody is, not understanding what the fucking contest is about, and then saying every single custom game is bad. How does this make sense to you? How?
Dota.
Oh, Baumi, where can you find a grant lawsuit and harassment crap? I have inside sources. Like, you won't find this on the internet because it's not been publicized by anyone. This is something that nobody really knows. You can trust me on this, you can believe me on this, or you can't. I have incredibly reliable inside sources that are not going to lie to me. Like, that's what I can tell you. If they tell me, I know 100% guarantee that it's true. So, yeah.
China. Beer's your memo. Beer's your memo. You dare to say beer's your...
Slacks is the homie. I want to say that. I want to say Slacks is the fucking homie. Absolutely. Again, everybody push homie for Slacks being the homie. Grant, I hope you never get hired for anything again. I hope that lawsuit works out for the girl and you get a restraining order on that. I hope you're just like, I don't know. I hope you have no career in Dota ever. And you're a piece of shit. And that's what I want to say. And you just do not know what you're talking about. You're arrogant, ignorant, and destructive. The three worst qualities that a human being can have. Good night.